Assalamu alaikum and good greetings. So today I will be watching something a bit different, where this is a video by the Zac and Jay Show, titled "I fasted for 7 days for Ramadan." In bracket, it changed my life. Ramadan have passed in, I don't know, several months already. So the topic might not be current, right? But I haven't seen this before, so I'm interested to see, because it says in the title, it changed my life. So what does that mean? Is it just being hungry for a long time and then you appreciate food more or something? I'm not sure, but without further ado, let's go and watch this video. Look at you.
7 days with no eating or drinking after 3:30 a.m. until 8:30 p.m.
This was by far the toughest but most rewarding week of my life.
Ramadan is the 9th month.
Okay, before going forward, I wish I can have the ability to do intro like that, right? So it basically brings your attention to, I really want to watch this until the end, right? Because my video, if you watch the intro, always like, is this gonna be good? It doesn't really, it get you into question whether you should even go watch after 15 seconds, right? So I hope I can improve in that sense, but anyway, going on.
Month of the Islamic calendar, and for Muslims all over the world is a month of prayer, reflection, fasting and much more. There is roughly 1.8 billion people that celebrate Ramadan, a staggering number close to a quarter of the world's total population. In this time, from sunrise to sunset, Muslims don't eat, drink, smoke, have sex or partake in other bad habits such as swearing, gossiping and jealousy.
Yeah, some of that we shouldn't be doing ever, actually, right? Like what is it, jealousy and gossiping, etc. But the training ground is the Ramadan months, because the emphasis is more there for you to actually bring the habit beyond that month. But unfortunately,
the end of Ramadan is marked by a big celebration called Eid ul-Fitr, where Muslims are not only celebrating the end of fasting, but thanking Allah for the strength He gave them throughout the holy month.
Now, you're probably wondering why I'm telling you this. This year, my mate Hassam challenged me to take part in Ramadan for a week.
Yes, lad!
What are you saying?
We've been mates for 7 years, and like most other Muslims, he was fasting for the month and wanted me to share the experience with him. Prayer is also a huge part of Ramadan, so instead of the 5 prayers a day, I replaced that with meditation. The more I looked in...
That is interesting, because I've seen some people attempt to fast in Ramadan, but they just take it in silo, in isolation, right? Just fasting, meaning no food and drinks. But he also, because Ramadan is not just fasting, it's fasting and ibadah and the acts of worship, right? And so I'm not sure, but he said, if I'm not mistaken, replacing the 5 times prayer with meditation, right? But what is famous in Ramadan, I think, if you observe, is that not only that 5, because that 5 daily prayer is throughout all year, right? All year round. But after the final night prayer, you have that taraweh, right? So it's a longer, like, I don't know, 8 raka'ah, 20 raka'ah, etc. So yeah, maybe it's included already, I'm not sure.
Into Ramadan, the more I realized how little I knew, and probably everyone else knows who isn't a Muslim, about this religious practice that so many people partake in every single year. Originally, I thought fasting was something that improved strength, that improved discipline. And it does, but it's just so much more than that. For this year's Ramadan, Brits will be going for around 17 hours with no food, water, nothing. It is common to have one meal before sunrise called a suhoor, and another meal just after sunset called an iftar. I also want to be super clear that this video is coming from a place of respect. I simply wanted to explore this culture and this practice celebrated by so many, and thought sharing this process in a video would be very insightful for all the non-Muslims who don't know as much as maybe they should. At no stage is there any intention to disrespect Islam or disrespect Ramadan. So this is my experience of fasting for a week. At times it was so tough. However, I learned things about myself and the world in a way that I never have done before.
Okay, so this is in the UK, if I got it right. It's 17 hours, he said. It's from 3:41 a.m. until 8:44 p.m. right? So I have done several years of fasting in Europe when I was in France for 4.5 years. I think the thing that myself and I think many other Malay Muslim in my country do not appreciate is that because we are what is the line, the center line, the equinox or something, I don't remember, where we have roughly the same length of night and day all year round. We do not have 4 seasons basically, right? So because Ramadan is according to the lunar calendar, meaning that unlike if you, I think many people know Christmas, right? Christmas in December. January to December is a calendar of, what do you call, calendar according to the sun, basically. Hence, for, I don't know, for the upper part of the globe, meaning the US, etc., right? Europe, Christmas is always in the winter, right? But for those who are in Australia, I think it's the opposite, right? Because December is summer, and that is throughout time, right? Because it is according to the calendar based on the sun. But Ramadan is based on the calendar based on the moon, the lunar calendar, meaning that if you are in Australia or in the US or Europe, you will have throughout your life, if you stay there, you will probably have experience Ramadan in summer as well as Ramadan in winter, right? Because the two calendar is not exactly, meaning one is shorter than the other, right? So meaning that the months of Ramadan will shift throughout the year of based on the sun, right? So it can be from December and then it fall in November, October, etc., right? So for regardless, so meaning that in the UK, this is when I think it is in the summer, right? It falls in the summer at the middle of the year, meaning that the day is long, right? So at 3:41 a.m. the sunrise already occur, and the sun only going down at 8:44 p.m. right? So the day is long. Hence, during this time, Ramadan will be very long. Not Ramadan, meaning the fasting of Ramadan will be very long. But those who are on the opposite side, who have winter, meaning nowadays it is Australia, then at the middle of the year, Ramadan fall in the middle of the year, they will have Ramadan in winter, meaning that they have to fast quite short because the daytime is short, right? So that's the interesting part of Ramadan, I would say. But of course, for a country like Malaysia, etc., it doesn't change. We don't have summer, we don't have winter. The length is always around from 5:50 or 6 a.m. till 7:30 p.m. right? Always around that range. It will just shifted 1, 2, 3, 10 minutes. That's the maximum, right? Yeah. Just some information for those who are not familiar with the topic.
I've just finished the first meditation session. It's like 4:20 in the morning. Like getting up early, chatting with Hassan.
So that is good because one of the things that we do, because when we wake up in the morning, we do not just wake up for eating. There's also the prayer, right? The act of worship. So when he replaced that with meditation, that's good simulation, I think, rather than just eat, not eat, not eat, right?
Cooking, not because I needed to, but because I kind of wanted to. It felt like I was doing it for something bigger than myself. So with day one.
Yeah, that's the thing, because the reasoning he gave is also good, very good simulation, because when we have sahur and we are how to say, advised to do sahur by the Prophet, not just so that we do not have hungry stomach in the day, but there's barakah there. So even if you do not eat much, still wake up for sahur, right? So that's that, meaning when he said doing something for much bigger reason for you, from apart from yourself, that is quite interesting paradigm.
Already feeling something. Looking forward to seeing what the week holds. Wow, what a shocking night of sleep.
So he wake up at 9. Okay, in a weekend sometimes we do that as well, but because when Ramadan comes, work do not stop. So normally we cannot wake up at 9. We're already at the office at 9, right?
I think so. I kind of just feel bad from that. My mouth is proper dry. Food-wise, I think I'll be fine. It's just the water. Let's go. So, with about 6 hours total of restless sleep, I woke up with one thing on my mind. It's food.
You look like Voldemort when he's all curled and shit.
Okay, it is going to be harder if you live in a house where someone else is eating and you are fasting, right? Because normally in a Muslim family, everyone is fasting. Then you do not have that temptation of looking someone else is eating.
Shriveled up.
I feel like this is a good way to sustain my energy. No input, just in my mind. 10 past 4 now, 13 hours since I've last eaten. It's only 4 hours till I can eat now. I think 3 hours ago I've just started feeling really weak, really tired, really sick, and I've just stayed at that level, so I know I can do another 4 hours. No, yeah, I think I'm at rock bottom. I can't go any lower, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sweet. What, you cooking, Simon? What I'll just do is wait here with my dates for another hour and 20 minutes. Dates are traditionally used to break the fast, as Prophet Muhammad broke the fast with 3 dates and some water. Around 7.5 million tons of dates are produced every year for Ramadan, and let me tell you, they taste good after not eating or drinking all day. The first day was one of the toughest after a terrible night's sleep and quite a lot of work on, so I FaceTimed Hassan for a bit of a catch up and a little bit of encouragement. Yes, lad!
What are you saying?
Mate, I'm starving, I'm thirsty, and I'm tired.
Wait, you were up at 9 o'clock this morning, weren't you?
Mate, I was up at 7:30.
Oh.
Now, let's take a moment to remember, the world doesn't stop for Ramadan. My friend was working his normal job throughout this, while I could barely muster the strength to leave my bed to work.
What time did it hit you, like?
So yeah, I was saying something like that just now, right? But I guess because we are trained since young, right? Because most Muslims have experienced fasting from, I don't know, 10 years old or younger. So we have been trained that it becomes just something that you go through. It is not like a suffering, etc. Although if you recall back, for Muslim, recall back when they are 10 years old, 11 years old, it is like this guy here, right? You just watch the clock. Oh, 3 more hours, oh, so hungry. But as you go older, it's just part of, especially if you are among those who regularly fast on Monday and Thursday, because that is also what the Prophet did, right? Throughout the year, he encouraged and do fasting on Monday and Thursday, right? So many of my friends do that all year round. So fasting is just a routine, in the sense that you do not feel extremely tired or anything. It's just
Today it actually hit me about like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Do you want to know the time? 10 a.m, mate. 10 a.m. Honestly, I started curling up in a little fetal position. Was like, no more, please, no more. Wait, what should I eat for tonight then? Do you know?
Whatever you fancy, really.
Oi, I would pay a number with a lot of zeros on the end just to have your mum to cook for me for this whole week.
Oh, I bet. Fresh food every day, you would love it.
I've put the oven on. I'm about to make my garlic bread. I've got a load of pasta waiting for me there as well.
I am so hungry. Oh my god, this pasta is going to taste so good. 1 minute to go.
Right, what's going on here?
Oh
Do you want to say anything? Do you want to announce anything? Look at you, you're frantic.
Like, now it's right in front of me. This is dangerous. I feel like a caged animal who's not been able to eat. Day one done. It was if that was a graph. If that was a graph of how I'm feeling, it'd probably be that way, wouldn't it? It'd be like time, and then there's the beginning, and there's the end. It'd be like low. No. It'd start high. Woke up, not too bad. Feel horrendous. Then it's gone down. Then it's gone alright. Then it's gone alright. And then 10 minutes before food, I'm just so hungry.
The lack of food had clearly sent me delirious. It was time to break fast for the first time. Not only was it delicious, but I could quite literally feel the energy coming back to me with that first date.
How many hours was that?
18. Oh, I'm gonna try and appreciate every single bite and not wolf it down. I can't explain this feeling. I asked Zac and Simone how this pasta was before, and they went, "Yeah, it's alright. It's not very tasty. Oh, it is the best pasta I've ever had." This is pasta to die for. Oh, this food has never tasted so good.
I bet it's literally melted in your mouth.
It's all worth it.
Yeah, that is the feeling, right? When you are deprived of something, it really heightens the sense of appreciation when you regain it back, right? So that's what we normally have, those feelings in iftar, right?
It's all worth it, isn't it?
Tell you what, that first mouthful, what a feeling. Feel the taste everywhere, like your whole life becomes taste. Not like a little sour taste, like what's that? It's a good taste. Mate, thank you for being my spiritual warrior through that.
I'll speak to you at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, chat to you same time, yeah?
Day 2 started like the last, bright and early for my suhoor.
So I've just realised days are getting longer. I've only got 3 minutes left to finish all this.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think throughout my days in France, of course, because if Ramadan falls when the transition of time, meaning that the calendar for each prayer time, because sahur ends when it is Fajr prayer time, right? And iftar is when Maghrib prayer comes in. So because you have to I think that is another thing that in Malaysia I do not appreciate, because we do not really need to check the calendar every year, or not every day, sorry, because roughly the time for prayer is that time, right? But in 4-season country, yeah, it shifted several minutes every day, right? So you have to actually check, okay, when is the sahur time end today, tomorrow, etc., etc., because it's quite different.
And morning meditation.
Hello everyone. It is now 20 to 7, 2 hours left. Really hungry, really tired, lethargic, moody. Today's been alright, it's been better than yesterday. Oh, I've done it, second day. Look at that is enough to feed me. Today was easier. I think I realised that I was approaching it wrong. Instead of get to 8:45, it was, look, this is what I signed up for, this is part of the journey. Mate, it said add 200 millilitres of water. I was pouring the water, bare water.
This soup?
So even with an ungrateful Zac and Simone slagging off my home-cooked iftar, the sense of appreciation was overwhelming. So much so, I ended up eating enough for 2.
I've done it again. I've had dinner, and I've wolfed it down, and I feel like I'm pregnant with twins again. Bro, I was feeling alright today. I felt pretty good, and then I've just eaten all that, and I've just written myself off. I just ate way too much, way too quick.
You look slumped. He's alright. He looks quite, you know.
Hello, Mama Sam. I accidentally had 2 portions instead of 1. But I did well today though, I didn't drink or eat and I was feeling alright.
Really?
Well, no, not fully alright, I'll be lying to say alright. Alright brother, I'm gonna try and just get more oxygen and water.
This problem got me
Now, about having too much food for iftar, I think that's one of the problem for some Muslim, because Ramadan become a festival of food. If you go to the bazaar, wow, meaning that food that I don't know where they disappear throughout the year, but it comes to light there, right? So when you buy things with your desire, right, and then you put everything on the table, okay, who is going to get everything this finished, right? So that tend to happen if you make decision based on your desire enough. Yeah, because if the simulation is to be made, because I think there's 2 type of iftar, meaning there's 2 version of that is quite normal. One is just a bit of dates, drink, and then you perform your prayer first and then eat a full meal. Or some other people just eat the full meal and then go for the prayer, right? But if you eat until that your stomach cannot go anymore, it will actually affect your prayer, right? Because you have to perform all those movement, and with a extra full stomach, it would be it will be a situation.
twice. Imagine spending all day desperately hungry and then eating so much until you're so full, knowing you've got to be up in 5 hours time to eat enough food to last you for another 18 hours. It was tough. It was tough.
It was the early hours of day 3, and after being up late chatting with Zac, I decided there was no point sleeping before my morning Zuhur. Instead, as it was a weekend, I'd stay up later and lie in the morning.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. I'm just going to have it tonight. And what was I saying?
This is one thing that like fasting does for me, frazzles my mind. Like I'm trying to say something, I just literally forget what I'm saying.
But yeah, basically I'm making tomorrow's breakfast for my dinner.
Yeah, because he will stay up late and then it's already near the end of the night, so just stay up and not sleep, right? That reminds me of when I visit some friends in Poland, if I'm not mistaken, because the day there is more extreme in the sense that the sunrise is at 3:30 or something. No, or is it earlier than that? And because most students stay up late to study, they finish study at 1 or 2, and then it becomes okay, there's no point of sleeping. I'm not talking about Ramadan, I'm talking about just the normal day of a Muslim. You have to wake up for Fajr prayer, right? For the first prayer at sunrise, right? Before sunrise, right? It's when the first light comes, right? So if you are still not sleeping at 2 a.m. and then you know that you have to wake up again at 3 a.m. why bother sleeping, right? Might as well wait and sleep after, right? So that just bring that memory of visiting Poland and seeing how my friends are doing there, and I said to myself, okay, fortunately I do not live here because I cannot, the life cycle will be like, I just can't.
3 morning. Things are good. I'm looking at today's outlook as a positive thing.
You got your sun cream on?
Yeah, I put some sun cream on. Did you?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. See on the walk, lovely day so far, so good. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm so hungry.
Mate, look at the ice cream mashup. Zac, breathe the ice cream on me.
I thought yesterday was super nice, like all of us eating together and breaking the fast as a part of respect.
And why don't you fast for an hour and 20?
You can't say fast for an hour and 20. I'm not fasting at all. I don't want to, I'm really hungry.
Same.
But you're choosing to do that and I'm not.
We bring attention to the house.
It's not me, it's her.
So, an hour and a half after someone's successful guilt tripping, it was time to break my fast.
Day 3. Now I'm really going to try and pace myself with this one, because every other day I've gone to bed so full. I'm pregnant with twins. It's not about rushing and getting the food in as quick as you can and be like, yes, now finally the hunger is done. It's about enjoying the process. Now it may feel like you're watching me eat at strange times in the day, however day 4 I was feeling slightly better, so I thought I'd attempt some exercise.
Do you need to see this or do you just trust me?
I definitely feel weaker than I would normally. By the way, I wouldn't normally make these noises. But since I'm on my own, I'm giving it my all. Bicep curls, go. 9, 14, 15, no, 16, go on, keep going. It was day 5 when things suddenly started to kind of fall in place, and the bigger purpose of why I was doing it and what it represented really hit home and changed a lot of things for me. So the 5th day, everything feels kind of normal now really. I am hungry and I am thirsty, but like how I feel fine, like I feel good.
It still surprises me that you've not complained about drinking once. I would have thought that would be a nice thing to do.
You know, Simone, one of the biggest realizations that I've had in this thing is like, at first I was getting annoyed that I couldn't eat or drink. I was annoyed at myself for taking on this challenge. But I've realised, Simone, I am in a very privileged position where I can be annoyed. Some people can't get annoyed that they don't have till 8 o'clock. They don't know when they're eating next, they don't know when they're drinking next. That is their life. And that discomfort and pain just is their constant life. And it's a battle for survival. It's lucky that I can even be annoyed by it. Like, what an annoying thing in my life. I mean, that can't be, that I have to now appreciate that annoyance is even an annoyance, you know what I mean? So now when I feel pain, I feel gratitude. That's mad, isn't it? Hello people, it is the last night of fasting, so this is the last time I'm going to get up at 3 AM. I've really enjoyed the journey of this, the process of just making a video around this, and you can talk and read about cultures, but this is really made me kind of feel the culture a lot more. And the last 10 days of Ramadan are like the holiest, and they're also the longest. I believe it's 11 minutes past 3 in the morning that you can start eating, and it's past 9 o'clock in the evening.
Well, that is for that year, I think, right? Because it depends on when Ramadan falls each year, as I mentioned earlier, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's longest than
when you can eat again. But I can't imagine doing this whole Ramadan for a month of no food, no drink, like this personal sacrifice, and having the last 10 days feel even more holy, even more special. You're doing it with your family, you're doing it with your community, bringing each other together. You're praying together in the morning, praying together in the evening. I can't imagine the feeling of self-accomplishment and sacrifice and gratitude and just everything at the end of Ramadan. It must be a real something to celebrate, and a real kind of rare feeling that I almost can't imagine. What a journey this was. For the first time in my life, I truly felt appreciation and not just thought about it. Islam encourages people to donate 2.5% of their income to charity. This is called a zakat.
Well, zakat is not really encouraged, it is compulsory, right? If your income or your wealth is above a certain threshold, you have to pay or give zakat at that percentage to the needy.
The deep appreciation for the simplest things that I got from fasting has led me, for the first time ever, to donate money every single month to people who need it most. If you're watching this as a Muslim, respect. Even 1 week was tough. As a non-Muslim, I'd highly recommend giving it a go, even just for a day. It will bring you closer to your Muslim friends and educate you more on a religion that is practiced by so many people. This weekend marks the end of Ramadan for all the Muslims celebrating it. So to you, Eid Mubarak. Now for my final iftar.
Yes, lad.
Yes! Look, I'm eating my first date. This is my first bit of food. But thanks for the support, Sam. I couldn't have done it without you.
You earned yourself level 10 spread.
Oh mate, look at that, level 10. The last iftar. I've done it. Yeah, as soon as this lockdown's over, I'm getting a one-way ticket to Hassan's house. You think I'm staying for one meal? I'm never leaving, mate. The final iftar. Well done, brother.
Okay, so that is a good video, I thought. I think it would be interesting if he tried to go all the months and see how they feel at the end of that. But anyway, sometimes when something becomes, you are very much accustomed to it, you do not really think much about it to verbalize it as such, right? Meaning that it's part of you as you grow up, and this experience is just become a normal to you, right? Fasting, etc. That the feeling should be still there, but meaning to compare with not having that, sometimes it's easier for, I think, those who never experience it and experience it and see how it is different, right? Like in the case of this video. Anyway, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, thank you for watching. See you next time.